Hello everyone and welcome to my YouTube channel. Today we'll be going over Manchester United for their 2024-2025 season, and we're just going to rank everybody on a tier list. Starting off, we're going to go with Luke Shaw. Luke Shaw, in my opinion, has a C. Didn't play much, but whenever he did, he played in that center back slash left back role. It looks like his time at Man United is up. He's 29 years old. Ruben Amorim, I don't think he really wants him in his five back formation. I think he's just being used to play at the center back position because he has no other options. Other than that, that Luke Shaw I think deserves a C. Victor Lindelof, I think it's a C as well. Clearly, he's not going to be playing anymore with Man United, and his contract is supposed to end. He barely played with Man United this season as well, just another rotation piece. Hoyland, he gets an F. I can't believe they spent almost 90 million on a striker that can't shoot the ball, can't get the ball out of his feet, he can't hit the target. It's just, what are you paying for at this point, right? Hoyland, in my opinion, is someone who has to leave the club, go somewhere else. He is just not Manchester United quality. Christensen, he gets a B from me. Christensen was pretty consistent most of the times, but remember, he's also very old, so whenever he could, he provided some quality play for Man United during this horrible season they had. This player, I don't even know who that is. Tom Heaton, I mean, he doesn't play at all, so F. It's a waste of a spot, honestly, because at this point you have three goalkeepers and none of them can play. So, I mean, you might as well take a chance on a young guy at the third spot. But I believe he's supposed to stay for one more season, which sucks. But I guess that's just Man United in a nutshell. Martinez, he didn't really play this season, but this is Manchester United, so we'll give him a B. He's been out for the whole season, but I mean, there's not going to be many high-rated players in this tier list, so we'll give him a B for that one. Johnny Evans, I don't know why you're still on this team. I'll give you a C. You didn't do that bad compared to some of the other players on this team, but once again, another player that there's no point bringing him back into this team. He was way past his prime. We're talking about Man United here. Mazraoui, I'll give him a B. He did what he can at that right back spot, right wing back if you want to call it. He's been one of their more consistent, better players. Kobe Mainu, disappointing season. He gets a C. Clearly just couldn't get into the lineup as much. Didn't even play in the Europa League finals. He is only 20 years old, so maybe the expectations were just too high too early. Lenny Euro, he gets a B for me. He's been one of their better center backs, and it looks like he will be there for the future. Whether they play a 4-back, whether they play a 5-back with Amorim, he looks like a player for the future, and didn't have a bad display. Anthony gets an F. Clearly, we can see how well he did at Real Betis. So there's literally no excuse of what Man United and how they played him at this club. He was scoring goal after goal. He brought them all the way to their Conference League finals, I believe. He helped Real Betis into standings. Clearly, nothing worked with Man United, so it has to be. Sometimes you have to blame the club, even though Anthony still, I don't think, is that player. I don't even know who this is. Onana gets a C. Honestly, he's got to leave the club as well. It's horrible. It's like someone trying to catch the ball without hands. It's time to go. Move it along, bring a new goalkeeper in. We've seen enough of Onana. There's no point. Harry Maguire gets a B. Solid player for the team, but it looks like he was going to also leave the club soon. It sucks because he's actually been pretty consistent throughout the years, but that price tag early on kind of lowered his value. And he actually was one of the solid center backs throughout the season, but he doesn't like Amorim's 5-back system, so I think he's going to end up leaving the club. But overall for this season, he didn't look bad. This Turkish man, he gets a C. He didn't really do much better than Onana. He had his moments, but he also let a lot of bad goals go in. They got lucky that one time in, I think, the Conference League semis. I forgot which game it was, but he made a mistake, but the referee blew the whistle. I think it was the final game of the season or something like that. So he's not getting off the bat. Patrick Dorgu, one of their better signings, I'd say. Still expensive. Still didn't do much on that left wing back spot. But I think someone who can grow into that role. So for me, he gets a B for this season. Dalot will give him a B. He played here and there. I think his time as well is just up. A lot of these players are mentally drained. I think he's just got to go. Malacia gets an F. He didn't even play on the team. Casemiro. Casemiro gets a B. He's just Casemiro. I think his time's up too. Like a lot of this team gotta go. Ugarte I'll give a A. He's been probably one of the better midfielders that they have, especially as a CDM. I think he's gonna have a good season next year as well because of the system and how he plays. Overall, I think he had a good season, but it could be a lot better. Mason Mount, it's a C. I don't know why they spent 60 million on a washed Mason Mount. Makes no sense to me. But I think he's just got to leave clubs. He's got to go to Italy, play for Napoli or something. Become McTominay. Xerxes gets a B. He started off the season very slow, but then I think he picked it up towards the end. Started scoring a lot more goals, looking up with the players in the midfield. So I think it suited his style a bit more. Rashford gets an F. He was barely with the team, and then went to Aston Villa and started scoring goals. So you love that. Diallo gets an A. One of the bright spots on the team. He did pretty well, securing that right wing role, especially in those cam positions, staying out wide. So for me, he gets an A. He's probably the best winger that this team has, and he's pretty young too. So I think you gotta look at the left wing spot, and you got your right wing for the future right here. Garnacho gets a B. For how good of a player he is, I just don't think he's ever hitting his expectations. He's pretty selfish as a player. If he passed the ball more, shot at the right times, better IQ, better decision making, he could be a good player. But overall, the season was just a B for him. Bruno Fernandes, S. Let's be honest, he's the only reason that this team is even they're even considered a team at this point, because without him, there's no identity in this team. There's nothing in this team. He's the heart and soul of Man United, and he gets an S just for that. Not even the performances, even though he's still a world class midfielder, he still, in my opinion, is an S. And finally, De Ligt. I think De Ligt is just one of them in the packs. He doesn't look like one of the best center backs in the world, but I bet a 3-back is helping him and his progression throughout his time at Man United. Ten Hag spent a lot of money on him, and it looked like he was on a decline. But overall, it looks like I think there's a player there still. I think you can get some good years out of him, and I bet Ruben Amorim is going to do the same. Overall, that is the tier list for Man United. You can see there's a lot of B's and C's and F's. This team, honestly, I probably niced them. There's probably a lot of B's that's supposed to go to C's and C's that are supposed to go to F's. Like Mason Mount, let's be honest, he's an F. And I know it's as an F, but I'll let it be for now. Let me know in the comments what else you want me to do tier list for it, whether it's another team, whether it's a different genre. It could be anything. I'm just here to have fun. Anyway, see you next time. Bye.